Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Friday, May 9th, 2025. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief presented by Annapolis Subaru and the SPCA of Anne Arundel County. Well, we have a new pope. Is congratulations the right word to say? I'm not really sure. I do hope that he continues the good work of Pope Francis. He seemed to be like a real good egg. And hopefully I'm going to get through this DNB without my voice cracking. And I'll tell you, this was a long non-COVID, non-flu virus. Anyhow, here is your OMG fact for the day. Avocados are poisonous to birds, so don't feed them to your birds. And who would do that anyhow, because they're crazy expensive. But now we do have some news, so shall we? A Harwood woman reported her Belgian Malinois named Maisie missing on April 23, 2025, believing the dog had been shot 3 days earlier. Anne Arundel County Police took over the investigation and later charged a 70-year-old Harwood man with animal cruelty-related offenses. The charges were filed via criminal summons on May 8th, but Maisie's remains have still not been recovered. Police are asking the public to come forward with any information that could help locate the dog's remains, either by calling the Southern District Detectives or the anonymous police tip line. The Anne Arundel County Council is reviewing a proposal to increase the salary of the next county executive by 27%, the first council-initiated raise since 2014. The bill would raise the salary from $142,000 to $180,000 starting in December of 2026, with a $3,000 annual increase until 2029. The proposal stems from a personal board recommendation citing regional salary comparisons, noting that Anne Arundel County's executive is among the lowest paid in the area. Current County Executive Stuart Pittman, who is term limited, supports the raise but will not benefit from it. A public hearing is scheduled for June 2nd, and the measure requires at least 5 council votes to pass. And this sounds very similar to when Ellen Moyer left office and worked to have the mayor's salary increased to over $100,000, presumably to accommodate her choice for the incoming mayor. A new 9-room luxury boutique hotel, 86 State Circle, is going to open in downtown Annapolis on May 15th. Developed by Severn Grove Hospitality Group, the hotel does combine historic architecture with upscale amenities such as heated marble bathroom floors and a guest-only speakeasy lounge hidden behind a brickwork. Each room is named after a historical Maryland figure and decorated with themes inspired by 18th century Annapolis and the Chesapeake Bay. The hotel does aim to offer a high-end experience while staying rooted in the city's character and heritage. Pretty cool. And if you're not familiar with this building, this is the big, dark, chocolate brown twin home on State Circle. As of this week, new restrictions are in place for non-citizens visiting the Naval Academy and Naval Support Activity Annapolis across the river. Non-citizens must now be accompanied by a U.S. citizen with DoD defense credentials able to escort and must be attending official business with an official passport from their home nation. The update coincides with the nationwide rollout of the Real ID Act, which now requires Real ID compliant identification for access to military installations and other federal sites. And while I do get that the Naval Academy is a military installation, boy, this is really going to cause some havoc with our visitors because we do have an awful lot of international visitors that do come here that really want to see the beautiful academy. Hey, as we look ahead to the weekend in Annapolis, there are several events planned. Tonight, Christine O'Day headlines at the Beer Run Comedy Show, which is going to be upstairs at Stan and Joe's Saloon, and you're going to have comedy Thez Grimes as well. Tickets are only $25 online, $25 at the door. That will be a fun evening. Tomorrow, the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Parade was rescheduled from earlier. Will begin at Amos Garrett Boulevard and end at Calvert Street, followed by an African Diaspora Festival. Also on Saturday, the MRE's .05K Bridge Run takes place at the Spa Creek Bridge, with tickets starting at $30 to run, free to watch and laugh. That gets underway at the crack of noon. And at 11 a.m. at Maryland Hall, the ASO is teaming up with the BTM for the annual family concert. And for those not up on your acronyms, Annapolis Symphony Orchestra and Ballet Theater of Maryland. Sunday, the William Pega Garden plant sale returns from historic Annapolis. It's going to run from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. It offers more than 8,000 plants. Entry is free, but plant prices will vary. And on Monday, Watermark's daily water taxi service does resume, signaling the unofficial start to summer in Annapolis. You want to be sure to catch our local business spotlight this Saturday at noon. This week, we chatted with Dr. Yasemin Rowland all about her practice, the Center for Transformative Dentistry. And today on Canines and Crosstreks, Lainey, a big old Roddy, joins us. Listen to our spot now and then check out eyeonannapolis.net at noon for some irresistible photos of Lainey and get all of the information on how you can adopt her. And once again, don't forget that we do have our daily newsletter that features only the top local news stories of the day. We send it out to your email inbox at 7 p.m. every single night. That is 365 days a year, all without a paywall. It's perfect for keeping up with the weekend's news since we don't release a DNB on Saturday or Sunday. And here is a link right here in the show notes for you. All right, that's it. Now it is time just to say thank you for listening and putting up with us every day. I do hope that we add some value to your world. And if we do, please leave a review somewhere or tell a friend to give us a listen. We'd also like to thank our sponsors, Annapolis Subaru, the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, Hospice of the Chesapeake, and Macmedics. It is Friday, the weekend is here, and now it is time just to say have a great weekend. Be nice to others, do something fun, celebrate all the moms in your life, and keep shopping local. Now you want to hang tight? We have your Eye on Annapolis local weather report, and then Canines and Crosstreks. All of that's coming your way in just a minute.
Have you ever had to wait to get an appointment at the Apple Store? Skip the wait and the line at the mall by visiting Macmedics in Severna Park, where appointments are not necessary. Macmedics is an Apple-authorized premium service provider. Macmedics services all Apple devices, including broken iPhone screens and batteries, and all without an appointment. Most iPhone repairs are complete the same day and usually within a few hours. Macmedics is also an Apple-authorized reseller and sell Apple products at the same price as the Apple Store. Visit Macmedics in Severna Park or Lanham for Apple-authorized sales and service and shop local. Don't wait for help. Call Macmedics at 410-757-MAX, which is 410-757-6227. It's 410-757-6227. Or visit them online at macmedics.com. Next up, we're diving into today's Eye on Annapolis weather forecast. From sunny skies over the bay to storm warnings that could impact your plans, we've got the details to keep you ahead of the curve. Stay tuned. It's all coming your way in just a moment.
Good morning, Anne Arundel. Here is your weather forecast for the weekend and beyond. Today, you can expect a mix of sun and clouds with a high near 65 degrees. Showers and thunderstorms are likely until about 1 p.m., so you want to make sure you keep that umbrella handy. Tonight, rain heads out and skies start to clear with a low of about 55. Tomorrow, a spectacular day all around. Clear skies and a high of 70 is expected. By night, the skies will be continued clear with a low of around 52. And on Sunday, another nice day, but with a few more clouds in the sky, but the rain does stay away. Highs near 73, and Sunday night turns mostly cloudy with a low of around 57. Looking ahead, the start of next week looks pretty decent, and then there's a good chance of rain every day through Friday. That's it. Enjoy your weekend. Happy Mother's Day.
That can only mean one thing. We're headed to the SPCA of Anne Arundel County with Annapolis Subaru to play with the pups for this week's Canines and Crosstreks, sponsored by Annapolis Subaru. Higher standards.
Looks like we have broken the streak of little white fluffy dogs here at Canines and Crosstreks today.
You think? With an 80-pounder here?
Holy mackerel, I think this is probably the largest dog we've had.
I know. I keep bringing those little fluffies around, but you know what? This Roddy is, well, she actually might even be more than 80 pounds at this point. So this is Lainey, and Lainey is a Roddy mix. She's only a year and 6 months, but we kind of just call her a puppy still because she is all puppy, but a very big girl, as you can see.
You know, Rottweilers get a bum rap sometimes.
They do sometimes.
I'll say Rotties, Dobermans, and Pits.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, they all can be aggressive and they can do it, but it's their upbringing and it's their surroundings and the love that the families give them.
Right.
That really makes what the dog is, not what's in their GNA.
What is that, John?
I love how honest you guys are in your descriptions.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Here we go. What, Billy?
Lainey, right?
That's right.
Yeah,
this is Lainey.
This is Lainey. Okay. Lainey is spirited. This spirited furball is currently in her rebellious teenage phase.
Yeah, it's like saying terrible twos.
But don't let that fool you. She is as affectionate as they come. You're so honest.
Yeah. She's the loudest one in the wing when she's in her run, but she's the smartest. I mean, she knows so many things. Anytime we try to teach her things, she learns. She's quick to learn, wants to learn. But I mean, just super friendly, and her bark is just very loud. She has not barked yet here, but if she did, it's very loud and it sounds a little mean. So in the wing, she kind of takes over the wing with her loud bark. But otherwise she's playful, but you just have to realize she's a very big dog, and she's a puppy at heart.
Yeah,
but she hasn't been trained.
What's the best environment for a dog like this to
someone that knows the breed, someone that knows a large dog and has, trained and kind of like raised a dog, the size. And so like if she's mouthy, she doesn't mean anything by it. She's not being aggressive, but she's just has never been socialized and trained. So we're doing a lot of that. But obviously she needs to be in a home with the family that she wants to respect and learn all these things from.
And you want to have a family certainly that I guess that has some property or has the gumption to make sure, okay, hey, we're going to quiet waters.
Yes. Lots of energy
every
burn.
Every day or every other day or something like that.
So she can't help that her bark is loud.
No, she can't help it.
Just like people. Sometimes some people
they just have a loud mouth. Right.
They can't help it.
Yeah. And it's just right. Exactly. So she is just looking for a home and she just wants to play. She has high energy. She's not aggressive, but it's just time for her to find a home. And
the larger dogs too, they just get so excited too, and they do. What's happiness and roughhousing.
That's exactly
comes across as aggressive. I mean, I've seen that even with my own kids sometimes. Like when they were little, they get into it. It's
exactly, John. See. So we haven't paired her up with anyone because we at the shelter, to do play dates and stuff. Obviously, she has a lot of play time, but it's just with her size and stuff. We have to be kind of careful because she'll just like
nobody else
bulldoze everybody. Right?
You don't want to partner her up with Lily from last week.
That might not work. That would not be the best play date.
What about what's the dog?
Cody?
Yeah, Cody. Okay. I feel like Cody'd be a good wrestling buddy.
Cody does have arthritis though, so
Cody doesn't look like he moves an awful lot. He'd probably so that's all you got, Lainey?
Yeah, exactly.
You just look at it like, okay, so that's it.
That's it.
Don't even look at me, Lainey. This is my hood.
But she's very chilled today, so this is great.
Very cool. Well, I'm reading lots of chatter about the new Outback.
Yeah.
And I'm hearing what I'm reading is that it's a love-hate relationship. You either love it or you hate it. There's not very little middle ground.
Interesting.
So there's there's this happens like almost every time that they
do a major redesign.
Something gets changed or redesigned. It's you have people that are like, oh well, I love this about the last one. Oh, it's not a wagon anymore. Now it's an SUV. All this stuff. And at the end of the day, Subaru's not dumb. They know what they're doing. And
they've been doing it since 1953. Yeah. They got it down.
I'm not worried about this car at all. I think it's going to be awesome. I've seen it. I've sat in it. It's really, really cool. I mean, it's like when we got rid of the manual transmission, like everyone who drives
that's the end of Subaru.
Everyone who drives a manual transmission, it's like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Then after, 3 days.
Yeah, right.
That calmed down.
Yeah.
And it's just a change. So I think that we're gonna people are gonna love them. We're gonna sell a bunch of them, and it's gonna be great.
Well, there's anything. I mean, I don't mean to bring other brands into it, but I mean, like when the Corvettes, when they moved away from the pop-up headlights to the exposed lights, and I mean, every brand has done I mean, I think just most recently, Jaguar went through something crazy that they're like, what are you doing? You've just ruined the brand.
That's still kind of happening with them. But anyways, we're still not 100% sure what they're doing.
How do you feel about that, Billy?
No, I'm just saying it's wild. But anyways.
But no, I get that. And, they always say that, nobody likes change except for babies, so that's kind of about it. But, and I know that it is sort of like the last of the Outback was sort of the last of the station wagon-y kind of things. I mean, there's very few of them, but lucky for the listeners here, you've got Annapolis Volvo that still has a wagon.
That's true.
Yeah.
True. Your cousin, sister, stepsister, what are they? They're just
Brother.
Brother. My brother from a different mother.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's that'll be interesting to see when it comes. I'm really excited to see what that car looks like. I mean, I've seen the pictures of it.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be very well received. And it's gonna be bigger than the Forester. It's gonna be a little more SUV-ish, but I think that our customers are really gonna enjoy it. And if you're not into it and you've seen pictures of it and you're not a fan of it, we have a good amount of 2025s right now that still look like a station wagon.
So, there you go.
Come on out and jump on those before the 26th.
Still have a choice. There you go.
Out, so.
And these new ones aren't due until the end of the year anyway, right?
Yeah.
So, hey, Kelly, I saw a thing, and this is not for you, but it was the Maryland SPCA put out a warning saying that they're getting a lot of phone scammers that will get a hold of somebody that has lost a dog, saying that the Maryland SPCA found it. It was turned in here. It was injured, sick, whatever it is. And you need to pay us for this.
Oh my gosh, that is just
what and then it's like go to Walmart and buy me Apple cards or
right. Yeah.
We only take Amazon gift cards.
That's right, right.
I haven't heard it happening here from the police or anything, but it's just sort of a word to the wise. I mean, for anything. I mean, if somebody asks you to be paid for anything that's not a friend that you know that you're talking of, and
so true,
wire things or gift cards or just don't do it.
But how terrible of a situation. Like if you are at work and you get a call about your dog and you're not home, you don't have cameras at home or anyone there to check, and you'll do anything. That's your part of your family. I mean, I know a lot of people are complaining about online the puppies that they're saying they're giving away, or they're purebred puppies that are, so rare of a breed or blah, blah, blah. And I know that they're asking for cash up front or, like you said, some kind of form of payment before, or they won't hold it and everything else. And that's a total scam. Yeah.
But it's just, and it amazes me how many people fall for these silly things. I mean, there was a woman recently in Annapolis that got a call saying that, she missed jury duty. But, if you go to, some Barnes and Noble and pick up, gift cards and call in the numbers after you buy them to me. So, I mean, they're immediately converting them into something. I don't know how much she, got scammed out of, but that's just crazy.
They do that with a friend of ours, a friend of this SPCA who's a donor. Unfortunately, he got scammed, and it was all Home Depot, and they made him go buy $5,000 worth of Home Depot cards.
Oh my God.
And do exactly what you said and read it on the phone to them. And then there you go.
Right. Then they can turn around and actually buy product.
That's right.
And now that product is theirs, and they can either return it, fence it, whatever it is. I mean, they're getting,
Yeah, it was very sad because he was just, very upset. He obviously does not have the money to do,
I hope when I get older, I don't get confused like that. That's terrifying.
Well, I think it's just that scare, they're elderly and then they just get scared. Like, oh my God, I have to take care of this. And as we age, we always worry, are the bills paid? When you're young, you're kind of like, oh, my bill's late. Who cares? But for some reason, as people age, they cannot stand having anything late.
We also see that a lot with when somebody purchases a vehicle and all of their information gets registered with the MVA, then that information gets acquired by outside
yes, it gets shared.
Outside third-party influences, aka extended warranty companies.
Oh yeah.
And they'll send out the letter saying, warning, your factory warranty is about to expire. And I can't tell you how many people we've had come in with those letters or come in and say, hey, I called and paid for this. And then, we look and they had already purchased an extended service contract on their car. And then we have to go through the process of going through and canceling it. But yeah, it's weekly when people come in.
Are they able to cancel those things?
Yeah.
Is it fairly easy to?
Yeah. They try to, like anything that you cancel, it's not, you're not going to get it like first time.
Right.
It wouldn't be like canceling something with us, which is very, very simple. Right. You got to go through a bunch of call trees and stuff. But
well, again, that's the whole thing. Read that super fine print on the bottom. It's like,
you got to be careful. You got to be careful with those things. It says my name on it, or that is from Annapolis Subaru.
It's legit.
It's legit.
It's legit. SADTLER.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
That's how that goes.
Proper spelling.
It's funny. You were talking about the MVA, and do you know who Bill Nunn is?
No,
you probably wouldn't. He lives in Aylesbury in the UK.
Okay.
But he's been to the MVA 25 times to register his Subarus. He's owned 25 Subarus.
Really?
This dude is like Mr. Subaru.
He deserves a free. I think they should give Subaru should give him a free car. That's a lot of Subarus.
Well, the article was in there saying, "Oh, we think."
How old is he?
How old is he?
Yeah,
he looks like he's in his 60s.
Okay, that's
he gets it. He should get it.
Okay. The thing said he bought his first Subaru, a Legacy Estate, more than 30 years ago, and since then he's bought 25 more. Over the years, the guy's owned all kinds: Forester, Legacy, and Impreza. His latest acquisition is a 6th-gen Forester from Adams Brothers in Aylesbury, UK.
Wow.
How about that?
I mean, he's probably responsible for a large percentage of the Subaru sales in the UK.
Clearly.
But the thing he said is nothing that we haven't heard here. I mean, his quote in the article was that it's a pleasure to take delivery of my new Forester, the 26th Subaru I've ever bought over the past years. Subarus are always just great cars, always a pleasure to drive, comfortable, reliable, and safe. In 30 years, covering hundreds of thousands of miles for both work and private use in all manner of conditions, Subaru has never let me down. And that's right from the guy.
Oh, that is great.
Amen.
And the newspaper over there was saying, "Oh, well, Subaru gave him this car for free." And Subaru came out and said, "No, we didn't." so which is even better.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we've had. I mean, I don't think we've had anybody that's had 25, but we've got some people that are double digits.
I got a funny email today, Kelly, that said from a company called Pet Safe, which is apparently some sort of a pet thing. They launched a new scoop-free open sky self-cleaning litter box.
Wow.
And I'm like thinking, is this a litter box or a car? Open sky. It sounds like a...
Yeah, it's a convertible.
That's right.
I'm like, what
don't people want to?
Like, did you look it up? What does it look like? Like what?
They're just...
The owner can look at you while you're doing your business.
Doing your duty.
Yeah. Don't you want to do it in private?
Just like the dog or the cat does when the owner's doing their business.
The paws under the door.
What's going in there?
Why can't I come in?
I'm like thinking, how unsexy of a product is there that you could sell it with like
totally
the open sky litter box?
But cats are very picky on their boxes.
Yeah, but it's the self-cleaning ones. I tried one of those one time. They never work.
How does
a lot of them?
What do you mean?
It does it like it's usually battery operated.
Well, the one I had was
it skims it of anything that
like a
needs
big
to be
rake
skimmed.
comes in and scoops the poop up and puts it in a tub, and it never worked because
sometimes the cats run and then they're scared of it. They're like, I don't, you know what I mean?
Right. If it starts up when they're in there.
If it starts up while they're in there, that's not good.
It's like if you've ever been sitting on a toilet that's like an auto flush and it...
No.
Never? Like never?
Maybe.
But, well, you guys are getting ready for your Mutts and Mimosas tomorrow.
Yes, it's exciting.
Is there... I don't think so, but are there any tickets left? I know it was short last week, but...
It's Mutts and Mimosas Eve.
That's right. Yeah, well, we have a couple tickets left. So
make sure you get a good night's sleep tonight.
I know.
Big day for you.
It's a very big day
tomorrow.
That's right.
So
and everybody's allowed to bring their dogs.
Are you going to have one mimosa for every dog that you have?
Oh my gosh. Could you imagine?
I can't imagine.
I would.
How many mimosas would you have?
Good try, Billy.
Yeah, about a dozen.
Not that many. What is wrong with you? How could I have 12 dogs at home?
They're all worth it, though. Mutts and Mimosas would be great.
9.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
It will be.
Nope.
It will be fun, but we'll just have to hear about it, John. We're not allowed to go.
That's right.
May
The
31st,
moms.
Pints for Paws.
Yes, that's coming up too.
June 8th, Walk for the Animals.
I have a busy 2 months.
June 14th, Bands in the Sand.
Wow. Look at us.
What is happening?
Crazy time.
Before you know it, we're going to be talking Jess Fest and lights on the bay.
Lights on the bay, Billy.
I thought we were just talking about lights on the bay.
We love talking about
happening? That. Where are we?
This year has gone by so quick.
It really has.
A lot of stuff's happened. We do need to get Lainey a home.
We do.
She's been there. I was looking at on the website there. She's been there since August, so she's been there for a while. There's somebody out there that needs a lovable lump.
That's right.
Which is, what did you say she was, Billy? She was playful and
rebellious. She's in the rebellious.
She's in a rebellious teenage phase, which everybody loves, right? Everybody loves that phase. Like can't wait for that phase.
You're gonna have fun when that time comes for you.
Yeah, can't wait.
But everybody should have a rebellious teenage pup.
That's right.
And Lainey would be perfect for somebody that's experienced with larger dogs that has the ability to give her the exercises she needs in the run. But
so real quick, would you say that maybe this description was written when she first arrived and that she might be exiting her rebellious
stage
phase? Because
I
that
think
was 6 months
outside
ago?
of her, yes, outside of her run, and she's getting a lot of attention and socialization. So I do believe she's improving and she's learned things and she's smart and she needs to be challenged and learn things. So I do think she's improving. But, obviously the ideal situation for her is a home because she's learning all these things in a shelter. So
What is 6 months in dog years?
6 months?
3.5 years.
Yeah.
She's almost out.
Oh my God, you're
Yeah.
right. I never thought of it that
Yeah,
way.
she's almost
Wow.
Yeah, you might need to change your wording up here.
I think we have to.
Yeah.
She's the perfect little lady.
Yes.
I just had an idea. You guys would you ever consider doing a lot of people don't know how to train dogs. You see them coming back in. I just can't handle this stuff like that. But for a paid type of a thing to bring in a dog trainer that would say,
We have, yes.
we've got
staff.
classes for 6 weeks on Saturday morning here.
Yes. And we definitely have had them come and be part of the staff and stuff. It's a little bit trickier being a trainer for a shelter as opposed to, dogs at home because there's just so many dogs, number one. And number two, and we've had a trainer on staff for many years that, unfortunately they come and go just like other, other places. But it's just a little bit more challenging. So we have found that a good amount of trainers have stepped up and said, hey, can we help? And then they get there and they realize, oh my God, they have 50 dogs,
Yeah.
as opposed to one.
What about some sort of continuing education training?
For adopters.
It's a great idea, Billy.
When you adopt a dog, it's hey, listen, if you're having a difficult
new
time
adoption,
training,
right?
right? This dog is, that's a puppy, whatever,
It's like that Subaru program.
Before you give up,
That's right.
give us a call. We'll set up a time for you to come in with a trainer.
And a lot of times, that's what new adopters just need because sometimes maybe it might just be a little bit overwhelming
You
at
just gotta
first.
get through that rough
That's
patch,
right. It gets
Stop.
overwhelming and they're like, oh my gosh, what do I do? And then they just need a couple hints on what to do or how to change some of their routines that make, it a better fit.
It's pretty much what Subaru does, man. You take delivery of the car, you come back 2 weeks later, and they'll tell you how to
turn on the radio.
What you have to re-show you how to do everything.
We show you how to do everything.
How to start the car.
As many times as you would like to come back, we can help you out.
And Kelly, if that would work for dogs, you ought to expand it to kids because new parents don't know squat what to do with their kids.
We got so many great ideas for the SPCA today. I can't wait.
Yeah, just drop
We're
the kids
gonna
off
have
at the SPCA.
Drop the
Things will be
kids,
fine.
new
Yeah.
adopted animals.
They'll
It'll be
read
great.
the dogs will get trained.
Yep, it'll be great.
2 times.
But Lainey is a Rottweiler mix. She is just exiting her teenage rebellious years.
That's
so
right.
she's,
It's all behind her now.
That's
on
right.
her way out.
She's in that whole 19 to 21 range there.
Yeah, she's about to go to college. About to be empty now.
But she is available for adoption right now at aacspca.org. And certainly, if you're in the market for a Subaru or any car, you've got a bunch of great pre-owned stuff here too.
Yeah.
Subaru certified as well as other ones, but AnnapolisSubaru.com or 149 Old Solomon's Island Road. And next week, I can't wait to hear about how Mutts and Mimosas turned out.
That's right. I'll give you a great update.
Happy Dog Mom's Day.
There you go.
Coping with advanced illness can be overwhelming, and determining the best options for a loved one isn't always so easy. But here at Hospice of the Chesapeake, your hometown hospice, we want you to know you do have a choice. You can choose exactly who provides the care and the type of care you receive, and it's your decision when and where your loved one receives that care. We have served our community, family, and friends for over 40 years. We are there when you need us. Learn how we can help at hospicechesapeake.org.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.